Hello Aquarius, Aquarius Rising, and Aquarius Moon people. This is your monthly astrological horoscope for May 2017. And a quick reminder for all you Aquarian people out there, remember, these horoscopes talk about the long-term trends that are going on throughout the month, and very seldom, if ever, do these trends and energies last for a week or less. Okay, so if you're interested in shorter-term angles, shorter-term situations in your astrology, I highly recommend you check out your weekly astrology and tarot horoscopes that I put up. Even if you're only into astrology and you're not interested in tarot, the first half of every video is exclusively astrology, so there is something there for you. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on with the Aquarian May? Well, May, I think a lot of you are going to really enjoy because it's a calmer month, it's a much more relaxed month, probably the best one we've had all year long, at least in 2017, and certainly more so than March and April. And that's because we don't have a lot of huge sudden alterations and turns. You know, we don't have a lot of planets just suddenly going station and retrograde. You know, we've got a lot of planets even staying where they are and staying put and making the most of where they are. So it's going to be a bit more of a month where you can let your hair down. And a lot of this has to do with Venus and Mars remaining in the same spots all month long. We've got Venus in your third house of communications, pacts, and promises, your third house being Aries all month, and with Venus in the third house, you can expect a lot of favors being done for you this month. And you're also being put into connection with higher caliber people. And that might sound kind of weird when we say higher caliber people. Well, they could be higher caliber friends, people who are more, who are more adept, people who are more talented, people who are going out and doing their work for you. You can see a lot of helpers show up in the third house. This is also a time for a lot of you Aquarian people who are looking for love. This is a very strong love month for you guys out there. And a lot of you may be finding love on some kind of short trip, or maybe just out of town, maybe 20 minutes to half an hour away. And it may be a love relationship that is worth exploring. Venus in the third house can also indicate a lot of favor coming to you in negotiations, especially if we're negotiating the terms of a contract, a pact, a promise, or a payment plan. If you're trying to maybe either change the terms of an agreement that you are in, or you're starting something brand new, the negotiations of a salary, the negotiations of a workload, or maybe even a business contract. Venus is making it so everyone's treating you just a little bit more like the teacher's pet or the boss's pet. We've also got Mars in your fifth house of love and romance, and all month long. And with Mars in the fifth house, it's time for you to start actually making a friend out of a partner, or possibly turning a partner into a friend into a partner. Remember, Mars is all about action, energy, passion, but also that warrior's honor. And you're going to be finding there's more opportunities for bonding, true bonding, one-on-one time, not just dating and not just intimacy, but actual bonding, seeing each other, out in the field. How do people act? How do people behave? How do people problem solve? Because Mars is trying to get this relationship or this chemistry more well-rounded. Who is we're trying to get you with the strongest, most capable people, it seems, at this time. And with Mars in the fifth house, you may find that you and your partner are having opportunities to prove yourselves to one another from the outside world. And it's almost a turn-on to watch your partner in action and go and kick some ass that way, and for them, to you as well. For those of you who are single and looking, Mars is going to, again, be bringing people in, that are almost going to be sort of putting on a show, not like in a fake way, but you're going to be noticing that you're going to be meeting people through work opportunities, through problem-solving opportunities, through events. Mars allows you to see a potential partner in action, and that might be kind of a clue as to how those things will manifest for you. Now, with Mars in the fifth, it's important to understand there can be our share of arguments, our share of scuffles when it comes to love and romance, maybe because there could be some tension, some not necessarily animosity, it could be, or maybe some abrasion in a relationship that you have with a crush or a partner, or possibly even a friend you just have some chemistry with. But interestingly enough, there may be an adventure in working that out. On the third of the month, we do have Mercury turning direct in your third house of communications, pacts, and promises, and an agency that has gone quiet on you. or a conversation that has gone quiet on you, whether it's a formal, like a school situation, an organization, a work, a situation, whatever's happening, an agency where there has not been enough dialogue, enough paper exchanges, things that are not getting processed in a timely fashion. We have an opportunity to expedite those things in the beginning of this month, especially between the 3rd and the 15th. And with, you know, that very strong sort of mercurial energy in the 3rd house, you're also going to be noticing that things are going to be starting to get more fair for you, especially what is being put on paper and signed and, you know, and sort of bound by contract, bound by agreement. So if you've been in any kind of situations where you've had to sort of plead your own case, or maybe even, again, try and get something made official to last the test of time, this is where we see that going on. On the 10th of the month, we've got a full moon in Scorpio in your 10th house of career, upward mobility, and this can be a work area, a money area. And so a lot of you Aquarian people may be finding yourself in a wonderful opportunity to promote yourself by moving on to bigger and better things. You may be offered a new job or an opportunity that feels like a promotion because it's actually a higher pay scale, a higher position at a new company or corporation. Or this may be in a different area, or maybe a subsidiary of or a different, you know, work family in an organization or corporation that you're already in. A full moon in the 10th house can also indicate a changing of the guard at the workplace, where an authority figure changes up. You may have a new boss this month, but it looks like because this moon is actually well angled, this may actually be a better boss as well. On the 15th, we've got Mercury moving into Taurus, into your 4th house of home and family. And we're having an opportunity to maybe even discuss optimizing our living situation between the 15th and the 31st. Are we thinking about making a move? Are we thinking about finding a way to maybe declutter our space or open up family lines or communications with family members that again have gone a bit quiet over the last few months? This may also be an opportunity for a lot of you to even start healing some family issues. You know, Mercury, when it wants to, it can be kind of like the psychotherapist. And, you know, between the 15th and the 31st, a lot of you Aquarian people may be finally getting to the root of and solving or uprooting said dysfunction or issue within a family relationship. Now, I will say this doesn't so much have to do with in-laws. It definitely has more to do with people you are related to, mostly by blood, or people at least that you spent a lot of your formative years with. So they could also be friends as part of a root in that area. But with Mercury in the 4th house as well, you can count on all of these things coming up quickly and getting over with quickly as well. So, you know, this is a time where, again, we're speeding up. Remember, Mercury speeds up developments wherever it goes. For your last 10 days of the month, we've got the Sun moving into Gemini, where the Sun will actually stay until about the 3rd week of June, which is your 5th house of love, romance, and relationships with your kids. And we've also got a new moon in this area on the 25th. So this could mean new love, or a new way of relating to our children. You know, where the Sun goes, we're talking about healing, we're talking about recovery, and we are talking about getting more out of that connection, or getting the most out of that connection. If things with your children, or a partner, or a crush, have been too small, you know, or too infrequent in terms of the good stuff, or maybe we've been dealing with a situation where we don't know how to relate to our kids. We need to bond again, or rebond, or make stronger glue. Even with our partners, even with the people we have crushes on, people we're dating. The Sun is going to be working really, really hard on those reparations. Or improvements, let's just say improvements. The new moon in this area on the 25th could actually spell an opportunity for a new love, or a new love interest for a lot of you Aquarian people. Mars is already working that area over pretty hard, so don't get too sore. But I think that with this new moon, you may be finding yourself in a situation where you might actually have a new lover or a new relationship opportunity appear as, again, we are bonding. It's almost like you're being put in constant proximity of the person that could be an ideal match. So, you know, you're going to have to put yourself out there and be willing to, again, bond with people. It's not going to work with the whole dating, you know, the dating formula. There seems to be something just a bit more organic about this situation. So that is your horoscope Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.